Any rate, we were talking a little bit about the brightwork. The need for polishing comes up a lot on the yachts. Everybody wants their boat looking right and bright, especially when they spend a bunch of money that they do. They want it perfect. And perfect is a tricky thing to achieve sometimes on these yachts. And then when it gets into the polishing, a lot of people go out and they see these things hanging up. Oh, a buff pad, and get some polishing rouge and go out there and just make it shiny. But the problem is they end up doing more harm than good, because if in the wrong hands, some of that polishing equipment can really mess up a beautiful boat, which happened on a yacht that we're working on now. It's a 300-foot fed ship, and the engine room has just got all kinds of big, beautiful stainless steel mufflers and fabrication trim pieces. The boat's really decked out to perfection, and they got somebody in there meaning well. When the chief engineer was out of town, they came in and tried to help and do some polishing for him, and they ended up, by the time they realized what was going on, they had destroyed probably uh, the vessel. Like I said, they got in there meaning well. They were polishing, and they noticed that when they looked at it, it was worse than when they started. So they called us in, and we have a limited amount of time. Unfortunately, the boat's going out on charter. It charters right now. It was advertised. This boat costs $1 million. $1 million for a week to charter this boat. So you can imagine how the attention to detail is on this boat. So we've got a crew of 4 people there right now working at least 12-hour shifts in there, and they're starting out with 80 grit, going to 120, 220, 3, all the way up to 1200, 1400 grit sandpaper, and then go to a jeweler's rouge and a polish. They have to start low, take all those scratches out, and then close all those different pores of the metal until they get it up to a mirror finish, a number 8 mirror, where you literally can see yourself in it, and then that gets polished out. So to do that, it takes a lot of time. You have to have the right equipment at the right speeds, and you have to have the knowledge. It's almost an art form to get people to a lot of training. It's very extensive to get them to a level where they can work on a yacht at that standard. We're fortunate here at Dolfab. We've got them. We've got the meats, as you would say. We've got people here that are trained. I've been with this for a long time, and we can't stress enough. We cross train and make sure that everyone knows how to polish, everyone knows how to run the equipment, and that's how we do it here. We try to make sure it's a diverse industry. One day we're working on mirrored stainless, and the next day we may be on something structural below the waterline. But it's important that you're able to cross over, and that we've got the talent that can back that up. So it's all part of the industry. It's a unique industry with the amount of technical aptitude needed to be able to pull this off, from machining and fabrication end to the welding. I mean, this is the be all end all. It's the pinnacle of it. To be able to work on these yachts is a privilege, and I tell you, it's exciting. Our guys are thrilled. This isn't your average job here. It's a reward like you can't believe when you stand back and get to see what your labors have produced. It's exciting. So hopefully you take a look at this and you want us to come help you on your boat. I can tell you we'll pull out all the stops and we'll give you a great job. Thank you.
Thank you, Jen.